They say betrayal never comes from your enemies. It comes from the people you trust the most. And when it happens, it doesn't just break your heart, it changes the way you see the world forever. Today, I want to share with you 3 stories. They're not just about lies or broken promises. They're about the slow, creeping shadow of betrayal, and the way it can destroy everything you thought was safe.
Michael was 29 when he finally felt like his life was coming together. He and his childhood best friend, Daniel, had spent years dreaming about starting their own company. They'd been inseparable since they were 8 years old, riding bikes through their neighborhood, sharing secrets, even standing up for each other in school fights. Trust wasn't something they had to talk about. It was just there, like the air they breathed. Their startup began in a cramped apartment with 2 laptops and a coffee machine that never stopped running. They worked late into the night, fueled by ambition and instant noodles. Slowly, their idea took off. Investors came in. They moved into a real office. They hired staff. Michael thought they were building something that would last a lifetime. One Thursday morning, Michael flew out for a short business trip to meet a potential client. He was gone for just 3 days. When he returned, the office was empty. Desks cleared, computers gone, the company bank account drained to zero. At first, he thought there had been a robbery, but the security cameras told a different story. Daniel had been there, calmly packing up equipment, signing withdrawal slips at the bank, loading everything into a rented van. Michael's calls went unanswered. His emails bounced back. The police told him the money had been transferred to accounts overseas, accounts Daniel had opened months earlier. That was when Michael realized this wasn't a sudden decision. His best friend had been planning this for a long time. Every laugh they'd shared, every late-night brainstorming session, all of it had been leading to this moment. The money was never recovered. Daniel disappeared, and Michael was left with nothing but debt, a ruined reputation, and a question that still haunts him. Was our friendship ever real?
Emily and her sister Sarah had always been close. Growing up, they were each other's protectors. When their parents divorced, they leaned on each other more than ever. Emily was the responsible one, the one who paid bills on time, who kept a steady job, who always had a plan. Sarah was the free spirit, the one who chased excitement, who sometimes made bad choices, but always seemed to land on her feet. When Emily planned a 2-week vacation to Europe, she didn't think twice about asking Sarah to house sit. She gave her the keys, the alarm code, even her online banking passwords in case any bills needed to be paid while she was gone. That's how much she trusted her. When Emily came home, the house felt wrong. Too quiet. Too empty. At first, she thought she'd been robbed. The jewelry box her grandmother had given her was gone. The antique clock from their parents' house, gone. Even the photo albums from their childhood were missing. Sarah swore she had no idea what happened. She cried, hugged Emily, promised they'd figure it out together. But the police found the truth within days. The missing items were in Sarah's new apartment across town. She had pawned most of them to pay off gambling debts. Emily didn't just lose her possessions. She lost her sister. And the worst part was knowing that Sarah had looked her in the eye, hugged her, and lied without hesitation. Emily says she still sees her sometimes in the city, but she walks the other way, because some wounds never close.
Jason had been single 4 years when he met Claire. She was everything he thought he wanted: smart, funny, beautiful, and full of life. They fell in love fast. Within a year, they were engaged. Jason poured his heart into planning the perfect wedding. He booked the venue, ordered the flowers, even learned to dance for their first dance. A week before the wedding, Jason received an anonymous letter. Inside were photographs: Claire holding hands with another man, kissing him in a quiet cafe. At first, Jason thought it was some kind of cruel prank, but the next evening, he followed her, and there she was, with the same man from the photos, laughing like she used to laugh with him. Jason didn't confront her right away. He went home, sat in the dark, and thought about every moment they'd shared, every I love you, every promise, and he realized they were all poison now. He cancelled the wedding, but instead of letting the day go to waste, He kept the reception booking. On what should have been his wedding day, Jason threw a party for his friends and family. There was music, laughter, and dancing, but no bride. At the end of the night, he raised a glass and said, "Better a broken engagement than a broken marriage."
Betrayal doesn't just hurt once. It echoes. It changes the way you trust, the way you love, the way you see the people around you. But it can also be a beginning. Michael rebuilt his career from scratch. Emily found a new family in her closest friends. Jason learned to love again, but this time with his eyes open. If you've ever been betrayed, know this: you're not alone. And sometimes, losing someone's trust is the first step toward finding your own strength.